The last call he never answered. A heartbreaking, emotional story. The soft sound of rain filled the silent night. The streets of the city were nearly empty, and an unbearable sadness seemed to float in the cold air. In a small dark room, Ahmed sat quietly at the edge of his bed, staring at his phone screen again and again. His eyes were red, as if he had not slept for days. One name kept flashing on the screen. Ayesha calling? But every time the phone rang, Ahmed let it ring until it stopped. He closed his eyes in silence, almost as if he was afraid to hear the voice that once meant everything to him. Ahmed and Ayesha's love was not ordinary. They met at university. At first, they were only classmates, then friends, and slowly that friendship turned into deep love. Ayesha's smile became the happiest part of Ahmed's day, and Ahmed's voice became Ayesha's comfort during every difficult moment. Ahmed often told her, "If you ever leave me one day, I will die even while living." And Ayesha would laugh softly and reply, "I will never leave you, crazy." But fate had written something else for them. Ahmed belonged to a poor family. His father was a laborer, and Ahmed worked part-time every evening just to continue his studies. On the other hand, Ayesha came from a wealthy family. Her father was one of the biggest businessmen in the city. At first, no one in Ayesha's family knew about their relationship. But one day, everything changed. Ayesha's brother checked her phone and read all of Ahmed's messages. That night felt like Judgment Day for Ayesha. Her father slapped her in anger while her cries echoed through the house, but nobody listened to her pain. She was warned to end all contact with Ahmed forever. Her phone was taken away, she was stopped from going to university, and within days, her engagement was arranged with her cousin. When Ahmed found out, it felt as though the ground disappeared beneath his feet. For days, he tried to contact Ayesha, but there was no reply. Every day, he stood outside her house, hoping to see her just once, but every time, he returned heartbroken and empty-handed. Then one night, Ahmed received a call from an unknown number. Ahmed. The moment he heard that voice, his heartbeat stopped. Ayesha. On the other side, there was only the sound of crying. Ahmed, my father is forcing me to get married. I'm scared. Tears filled Ahmed's eyes. Don't worry, I'll fix everything. Tomorrow I'll come and talk to your father. Ayesha gave a faint, broken laugh. Sometimes, it becomes too late, Ahmed. The call suddenly disconnected. The next day, Ahmed truly went to Ayesha's house. He tried respectfully to speak with her father, but instead, he was humiliated and thrown out. Have you ever looked at your status? Those words pierced his heart like a knife. That night, Ahmed felt helpless for the very first time. Then came the day of Ayesha's wedding. The entire house was glowing with lights. Music, laughter, and celebrations filled every corner. But inside one room, Ayesha sat alone, crying silently. She looked at the henna on her hands and whispered, "The darker this color becomes, the deeper my pain feels." That same night, she called Ahmed one last time, but Ahmed never answered, because at that exact moment, he was standing in a hospital. His father had suffered a heart attack, and Ahmed was desperately waiting outside the emergency room. His phone kept ringing again and again, but his attention was elsewhere. Then everything ended. The doctors covered his father's face with a white sheet. Only then did Ahmed remember the ringing phone. With trembling hands, he looked at the screen. 15 missed calls. Ayesha. His entire body shook. He called back immediately, but the number was switched off. The next morning, a piece of news destroyed his world forever. Ahmed, I'm tired. I tried so hard to make everything right. But maybe our love was never meant for this world. I only wanted to hear your voice one last time, but perhaps fate did not allow even that. If we ever meet again in another life, please don't be late. After reading those words, Ahmed completely broke apart. From that day onward, he changed forever. The cheerful boy everyone once knew disappeared. He stopped meeting people. He stopped talking to friends. Almost every night he visited the graveyard where Ayesha was buried. He would sit beside her grave for hours as if he were still speaking to her. One rainy night, Ahmed sat beside her grave once again. In a trembling voice he whispered, "Ayesha, you know, right? I didn't ignore your calls on purpose. I just wanted to tell you one thing. His voice turned into tears. "I still love you." The rain became heavier, the cold wind grew stronger, and Ahmed quietly leaned against her grave and closed his eyes. The next morning, the graveyard caretaker found him there, motionless. Aisha's photograph was still in his hand, and strangely, there was peace on his face. People say Ahmed died that night, but maybe the truth was, he had already died the moment he saw 15 missed calls. Aisha. Love is not just about staying together. Lessons from Ahmed and Aisha's story. Emotional ending part. Sometimes stories are not just stories. Sometimes they change a person from the inside. Ahmed and Aisha's story was one of those stories. A love that was pure, honest, and real, but lost against fate. Most people think they always have time. They believe, "I'll talk later. I'll apologize later. I'll express my feelings later." But sometimes, that later never comes. Ahmed thought the same thing. He believed he could talk to Aisha afterward, but fate never gave him that chance. The most painful thing in life is not death. It is regret, because regret kills a person while they are still alive. Every night, Ahmed could think of only one thing. "I wish I had answered her last call." And honestly, the heaviest word in the world is, "I wish." Sometimes a single phone call, a single message, a single conversation, or simply listening to someone for a moment can save an entire life. Aisha was not asking only for love. She was asking for support. She only wanted to hear one voice that could make her feel she was not alone. But life often gives people two painful tests at the same time. On one side, Ahmed was losing his father, and on the other side, he was losing the love of his life. And perhaps that is the cruelest truth about life. You cannot save everyone. If there is someone in your life who truly loves you, who genuinely cares about you, value them, because when people leave, they do not leave alone. They take happiness with them. They take peace with them. They take the beauty of life with them. Many people look happy from the outside, but inside, they are completely broken. Aisha was one of those people. She was dressed as a bride in front of everyone. But in reality, her heart had already been buried. Always remember this. Forced love stories often die silently. They do not scream. They slowly fade away from inside. And one more thing. Not every "I'm fine" truly means fine. Not every smile means happiness. And not every silent person is emotionless. Some people become quiet because they no longer have anyone who understands their pain. Ahmed might still have lived happily if that one regret had not destroyed him. In love, betrayal is not always the most painful thing. Sometimes, the deepest pain comes from unfinished conversations, words left unsaid, moments that never returned, that last call, that last message, that final meeting. These things can make a person cry for a lifetime, and the truth is, some love stories never reach marriage, yet they are more real than an entire lifetime. Ahmed and Ayesha were never written in each other's destiny, but they stayed in each other's hearts until the very last breath. So if you truly love someone, make time for them. Do not destroy relationships because of anger, and never leave someone so lonely that silence starts feeling better than life itself. Because sometimes, before a person dies, they ask for help many times in silence. But people mistake that silence for normal behavior. And in the end, remember only one thing. If someone truly loves you, never leave them for later. Because for some people, you are not just a person. You are their entire world. Thank you very much for watching the video till the end. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with your friends. Stay connected with us for more such interesting and emotional content.